Hello and welcome back to the owc World Cup 2016, the final match of the day. And it's one of the big ones. It's going to be Brazil versus the United States. Two titans going head to head now. I am Doomsday, and joining me once again is OMG4s. What's going on, man?
Hello there. I'm still as ready as you are, Doomsday, hopefully. And as you said, two titans spelling out against each other. We've got the United States, the champion, the title holder, and the title defenders currently, against Brazil, which showed really good promise in the last round. So I'm really hyped for this match. This is definitely gonna be close, or at least I hope it's gonna be close.
I'll really be surprised if it's as one-sided as the last one. When Brazil took on Finland, I really rate Finland, and the way they went through the groups was they played so well, like knocking out France while bringing them down to second place. But then Brazil just destroyed them. It was 5-1. It was a pretty strong win for Brazil, and if they can play like that, they'll have a good chance.
It was 5-1, yeah, indeed. And the interesting thing about this isn't though that Finland definitely got outclassed by Brazil. But one interesting thing to note in that win is just the sheer dominance of Brazil and how many freeway assists they got, like 4 assists. It was really, really good by them, and that's a performance which can rival any top seed currently.
You talk about top seeds, though, of course. The US, the defending champions, had a strong performance against Argentina in the last round. Got past them with relative ease. Just a team of such strong players. We have four of the strongest in right now. In the room is going to be Toy, Fiery Rage, Ritze, and Idki. I think I got that right this time. On the Brazilian side.
I always call him IDK.
That works, but I think on the last game that I casted against the US, we was calling him that, and they were saying, no, that's wrong. And he was like,
all right.
So yeah. It was like,
I'm gonna call him that guy from the US then. That's a lot easier at least for me.
Fair dude. On the Brazilian side, we have Fenrir, Miyazono, Murtrax, and Mausezi, of course. They'll swap out as the match goes on, but for this first warm-up, which we'll get into in just a moment, those are the lineups for both teams.
The Fabio Corby is missing from the Brazilian team, which I can see him getting swapped in pretty soon after the warm-ups. And in the United States, we do see Toy, the new captain, replacing Silver, which is Toy the reading guard, who's really good at all these reading maps, old maps especially. So we might see some approach at 8 because we've got all of powerhouses on the approach at 8. The United States team is really well-rounded, which is one of their scariest assets. And then you have players like Ritze and Fiery Rage, which are just really good players, which are just not knocked out because you don't see the household names of like Happy Stick or Toy there.
I'm sure we'll see players like Happy Stick in that come in. They have so much versatility in both teams, really. I'm sure we'll see a bit of everyone in this one, because I think this one will go, or if not all the way, it's going to be close. This one is definitely not going to be like the last one, I'm sure.
I'm gonna be disappointed by anything which is below 5-3 for either team.
That's fair.
Well, yeah, for starting off, we do have the warm-ups, which are gonna be bits of a showcase of the players, I guess you could call it. It's not really a warm-up as you could really call it, because if you warm up by just the 2 maps you have in the warm-up, then you're pretty much prone to lose for the match, I'd say. Well, how is your experience with warming up, Doomsday? How long do you take to warm up?
Well, you definitely, you don't just come online and play 2 maps and you're ready, like you say. You gotta be, usually people play for at least an hour before the match, if not more. I like to play at least about an hour and a half, doing my usual warm-up stuff before going in. Otherwise, I don't feel 100% confident, you know.
Indeed, always gotta keep that regularity, that schedule going. Always keep on with the same tradition, and you'll get to the same point, and then be able to hopefully perform at your best.
Yeah.
Now we get back into the first warm-up, picked by. I didn't pay attention, Doomsday. Do you have a cheat sheet for me of who picked this?
I think this is picked by. I think this is a Brazilian pick.
Oh, it's a Brazilian pick. You're right. It is Negoto DJ7 Karen by Ellie, which is a Japanese mapper, and he really likes his approach at 9 and his space streams. Really likes them, and this map is no exception.
Miyazono bringing out the hard work for it though. That especially makes space dreams nasty. You're dealing with that smaller circle size of hard rock.
Indeed, and his spacing between the streams are pretty consistent. So you don't see too many accelerating streams for this map, but really consistent spacing throughout. We do actually see some quite huge contrasts in the team's performances. Like in Brazil, you have Fenrir with the normal double S, but on the other hand, you have Miyazono with the B on hard rock.
Can't blame it for that hard rock though. I mean, like I say, space streams, it's pretty nasty. You miss one note in a space stream, you missed a lot, so you're going to tank quite a bit of accuracy.
Indeed, and this might not be the easiest map to really assess on, at least for hard rock. So I can understand Miyazono not assessing this one. But a really good performance by Fenrir, I will say.
It's the only FC left. The other FCs that were on the US side are broken now, so Fenrir holding strong for that full combo dream.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the first warp, and it definitely looks like it is a decent pick for the maps we do see coming up soon. But there are different ways to really warm up your team or use the warm up game. You can, for example, either, I don't know, just have the strategic pick of picking something similar to the map pool to kind of test the enemies on how good they're feeling on that kind of map. Or you can just, troll your way to victory by, I don't know, picking the UK anthem or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
How do you kind of try to use your warm-ups, Doomsday? Is it just a improvising of who's got a cool map?
Pretty much that, to be honest. I mean, we usually just pick a nice, usually really difficult map as a warm-up. Usually something with a lot of speed, something with really fast aim.
All right. So
it's either that or it's just some fun thing.
Oh, okay. So the first one is pretty much to get your maximum potential ready, and then kind of downgrade to the star rating of the map pool and how hard it is.
Yeah, it's always handy to do that, because when you go onto those maps, it feels easier, so to speak. So you're not as shocked because you're used to playing really nut stuff when you're warming up.
Indeed. All right. Oh, and we do see another really interesting map picked, which is Disconnected Hardcore at the Hex difficulty, which is, I believe, like a CS0 difficulty.
Oh, wait.
Some more insight on this one?
I have no idea about this map. Go on.
Okay. Well, this is a Disconnected Hardcore, which by essence is a speed-up type-ish map. It does have some speed-ups there, and gets really intense at the end, around 220 or 30 BPM, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this one is really interesting as it has like really low circle size, which means insanely big circles. But that doesn't make the map easy at all. Like, it's still pretty hard to FC it because you have some sliders which have insane slider velocity, which means they're really fast. And then you have them kind of going out of the playing field. So you get that kind of going for you, which is also pretty fun to play. But yeah, not necessarily a normal pick by any stretch of the imagination.
Well then, solid pick. Gotta say, I approve of this sort of thing. It's always a laugh to watch.
And we do see Fly Rate with the hard rock to kind of make it easier in terms of the circle size, because when you get to that low of a circle size and that big of a circle, it kind of messes with your reading.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When you're dealing with circles that huge. It's really disorientating. But you can't see any difference in the circle size. I don't think Hard Rock even does anything.
Well, at least it mirrors or at least flips the playing field horizontally, so he's got that going for him. Who knows, maybe it might make some patterns easier for him.
You never know. Maybe, because Fiery Rage is a mouse player, for those who don't know. I believe it's the only one on the US team. Could be wrong though, I'm pretty sure he's the only mouse player on the US team.
I do think he is.
Oh wait, no, Ritze is a mouse player as well, I believe.
Ritze. Yeah, Ritze is also one of the unknown players in the team which perform really well. Kind of forgotten, and this is just a testament to that. I kind of forgot that he's also a mouse player. You do see some of the slider speed shenanigans going in, and it gets even crazy at me.
Just Idkey and Fiery Rage. Look at them go, rocking their FC so far. But this map gets really fast near the end. Look at those notes off the screen, that's beautiful.
Love section when. That's gonna be the question for this map.
It's a perfect map for it, I don't know, man. This is exactly what should be there.
It's something which is never gonna get ranked at all, but it's still pretty fun and cool to play. Well, yeah, the ending is extremely brutal.
Wow, there you go. That was an interesting pick by there. Miyazono failing out, it looks like, but just Fiery Rage rocking the highest combo with a solid C.
But the lowest accuracy, well, almost beaten by Miyazono. Nice map would remove again. Some players weren't too happy with this. I mean, I understand it's not necessarily the best warm-up for the tournament, but you know, sometimes you just gotta have some weird, fun little warm-ups, so you can kind of get the anxiety gone.
Yeah, like playing a warm-up like this, that, you know, just as a bit of fun, is really handy if you're sort of having stress going into it, because it just helps ease you in and relax you somewhat. It's one of the things that UK like to do a lot. Like to pick just a fun warm-up, just to ease everyone in and chill them out, and then, you know, you're set nice and calm, ready for the actual match.
I can imagine going extreme in either way, like going easy, just, you know, to have a chill little pick, or going really hard to kind of get used to missing and not see miss as like the end of the world. Because once you get used to a little bit of missing, it's not like you completely hate yourself for doing so.
Right. The band's coming in. Looks like the rolls are pretty classy. A 5 roll by Toy, 13 roll by Brazil, which means Toy bans first, banning Frog and Limitation, going for that speedy stream pick, getting rid of that. Can't blame them against a speed-heavy team in Brazil.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to let someone else roll than Toy.
Yeah. Next time, that's probably what they should do. You should just give it to, I don't know, Happy Stick or something.
Expert strategy by the commentators, just let someone else roll. The captain didn't do any good in the last few years for the United States, so I don't know, maybe change something up. Toy, you gotta really step up your rolling game, I mean, seriously.
Just gotta hang on now for the Brazilian ban. I believe it hasn't gone through yet.
Yeah, still waiting for a few discussions here and there, I believe. I mean, you don't really want to just throw away your ban lightly against someone like the United States.
Yeah, I think the ban from the US is a very good one, though. Getting rid of that stream pick against a speed team like Brazil. I can see those doing excellently on that map.
But in this case, really, Brazil... Oh, yes, Scarlet Rose. I would actually say this isn't banning too much of what the United States is good at, but rather what they are feeling like they're bad at. Because the United States is pretty much good at everything, so you can't really ban out their strength really as easily as you could on other teams. But I see the Sky Rose spam coming in against like people like Toy, and Ritsu Fire Range can alternate decently, I imagine. Also, Happy Stick, I guess, could also play it pretty decently.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Just the US have lots of players that are really good at that kind of alternation style map. That you just feel, if it was to appear, it'd be a heavily US favored one.
And plus, that kind of map Star Wars is what I'd say is like a carry pick, where if one player sees the chance of him making it or like winning, it's really high because you don't see too many sees like something like Star Wars just off the bat. That's also like a dangerous point for the map, which is something which you definitely want to ban away if you don't like have these kind of carry players.
The low approach rate maps are still in there though, so that can be abused if one wishes. Both Raijin and Night of Nights are both free.
Indeed, those low approach rate maps I think are definitely gonna get abused by the United States, but then again, in the Brazil team we did see some really promising performances on the approach rate 8-1 maps, especially by North Easy. Like, the way he played and just decimated and destroyed approach rate 8 Extreme Fantasy pick on 99% accuracy was pretty impressive. But it's all about repeating that same performance once again and stepping it up once again for your team. But this time the rest of Brazil definitely need to kind of compete because the United States is really hard to beat.
I feel like, yeah, of course, no matter what kind of map you pick, US will be competitive, as is the case with a lot of the top teams. And I feel like you mentioned about how Most Easy and co on the Brazilian side did well on the low approach rates previously. I feel like they'd have to match the US on that because the US are guaranteed to be at least decent, if not really good on that.
I agree. So I believe actually approach rate 8 might get ignored for the beginning of the match because either team might give the other team the benefit of the doubt, really. So they don't really want to risk starting with the approach rate pick, which might be a bit of a risk in that case because both these teams are quite even, maybe a little bit slightly favored into United States.
First map is going to be DT though, straight away. Brazil looking to capitalize on their speed advantage. Depends how US deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, starting out of their strengths is a really good idea. In this case, Brazil, once again, at least they know what they're good at, and that's the important part of it. But how do you feel the United States could fare against the Brazilian team on this one?
I think US will do well. I think US will have a couple of FCs at the very least on this. They're bringing in Xarius, who's really handy on the DT style of map. Happy Stick coming in, another one very good at this style of map. So they have specialists in this sort of thing. I feel like Brazil will also do well, but it's going to be pretty close. But I'm expecting quite a few FCs on both sides.
We've got the household names of Xarius and Happy Stick, especially Xarius, and the backup of Fiery Rage and Ritsu, who definitely are going to be the players to look at in this case because you definitely need the performance of all 4 players. And I truly believe that Fire Rage and Ritsu both are up to it.
If I could interject for half a minute. Sense is the most picked map of the weekend at the moment. It has been picked up 7 times and has been banned once.
Oh wow! So
now
100% pick ban rate.
Here's the fun part. As we kind of talked about earlier, this is the Catalina map, and it's double time. The exact same thing happened in the group stage. And that map was also most picked of the weekend.
I mean, I understand that because La Catalan has a really cool mapping style, which is really flowy and it just plays nicely. And it's such a strong contrast to the rest of the maps in the map pool, which are more technical, like the approach at 8 maps and stuff like that. So I can see people relying on this kind of mapping style, like Catalan maps, to kind of, get that just standard, really flowy, nice map in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just love the idea that both her maps were double time and most picked.
That is that good.
That good indeed.
To it.
The Catalan best mapper confirmed by owc.
Hell yeah. Anyways, let's get into the match now. We're seeing the first break from Fabricio, who came in for this one. Everyone else still going strong in the early stages of this map. Happy Stick and Ritze drop some accuracy near the start, but they're bringing it back right now. But that advantage is going to mean Brazil still have the lead, but it's getting closed up right now.
Indeed, it's a rather long pick, but you don't really want to give United States any kind of advantage. And looking by at Fabricio, just his accuracy, that was definitely a fluke miss. I mean, he's holding strong with the accuracy, showing that he's comfortable on this kind of map.
There must be. He's on a double S, I believe, if he didn't miss. It'd be pretty tragic if that finished. Oh no, it's me 1/100. Okay, not so tragic.
Well, you have the advantage because of the accuracy, but then again, Mirtrax missed.
Oh, that's going to tilt things. Now it's going to be in the favor of the US in just a moment.
Yeah, but if the US is gonna miss, Brazil has the gigantic accuracy lead. 299% accuracy. Oh, that's pretty impressive, I'd say.
We haven't seen very high accuracy, well, that kind of accuracy so far, but the Brazilians showing just how good they are on DT. But right now, it's just a little bit in advantage of the US, but anything will tilt it at this point.
Yeah, Mirtrax, if he just keeps in combo, they might have it, but Fabricio's combo disadvantage is definitely hurting him currently.
Yes, it's got to be it.
It's close.
Still not much in it. Oh, Xarius misses right at the end. Not going to matter, though. They take the win, but it's only 60k in it. But the win is theirs.
I can at least feel the regret by Fabricio by that one slider break at the beginning. That was definitely the difference in points for his win.
100%. They would have won had he not slider broke at the start there with that accuracy.
But yeah, that's, stuff just kind of happens. You can never be too sure. Even if you feel absolutely comfortable on a pick, there's always the element of randomness. Something might just be off for a split second, and that's enough to bring you to a miss. And he's still got a really good performance, but there's no way to really see the fault in one player. It's your performance as a team which matters.
Well, of course. On the whole, the performances from both teams there were really high quality. I mean, we went into it knowing that was going to be the case, and that was, but just an edge ahead for the US on that one.
That was a really good start to at least the match. I mean, just look at it, exploding right off the bat by a loss. Just potentially two free wave Cs by both teams, and just one player really missing there. That just shows how explosive these teams are in starting off, and how close it can really get here. It's all about the OCs.
Next map coming out now from the US. It's going to be Delane, Go Away, the Pishfat technical map. Lots of jump streams, 1/4 streams. You have to alternate, but it immediately goes into a large jump all the way through. There's many patterns like that in this. Kind of a tricky one, but it's the ones where you know modulation.
And then slowly but surely at the end there are some really tricky triples which are spaced like a triangle, and those are really tricky to hit because you need to be on top of it to be able to look where it starts and where it ends. This is definitely a map for Toy coming in indeed, and Happy Stick coming in as well. So is IT. Did I do that correctly, Tuesday?
Idkey.
Idkey, alright. I hope that's fine. If not, then hit me up, Idkey. I'm gonna try to at least get your name right.
Hell yeah. This is goal for tournament. Get people to say his name right, poor guy. And the Argentina match, me and Scott were just trying our best, and it was like, no.
Next time you actually have to register for the OWC, you need to like add a file, a WAV file, which is is you pronouncing your own name, which is really helpful for the commentators. That's gonna be like a requirement for next year's happen. I hope it at least is for the commentators.
It'd be handy, wouldn't it? Actually, just quickly, just to mention, this matchup happened last year in the 2015 World Cup at the same point in the tournament, quarterfinals. The result then was 5-2 in favor of the US. So I wonder if this one will be a bit different.
Are we going to repeat history, or are we going to write history? That's going to be the important question here. Oh, and as you mentioned, we do see the tricky stream jumps coming in, and the accuracy is dropping all across the board. Like Hackenstick is rocking in 80% accuracy, but at least as you keep combo, that's gonna be important in the long run. But you know, accuracy, you still gotta keep it up to at least get some of the 300,000 points. It's probably too easy. I think that was an early slider break by Seeker, or it was either some slider, a lot of slider and missed. I mean, that might also be a possibility.
People held through the first section of jump stream as well, though. So far, so good for both teams.
But this is the point where some people might be surprised they actually held so far, so we might see a miss any second.
Another section here. Happy Sticks bringing back his accuracy after the early drops. Oh, but there he goes. Oops.
Yeah, after focusing on his accuracy, he lost his combo, which you know, is a really important vital aspect in playing. Sometimes if you want to get an FC, you might need to sacrifice some accuracy for it.
That's true. His combo is worth more than accuracy on the whole, even though accuracy is still very valuable.
Oh, and we do see the tricky triples coming in, the back and forth ones. And Brazil is actually taking the lead with 3 full combos against 2, and I think they've also got the accuracy advantage, but Toy is holding strong.
Yeah, I think it's just about Toy being the last bastion in terms of accuracy at the moment. That extra full combo from Brazil is putting in work. There goes Masisi though, but they still have 100k of advantage reaching the end of this map.
And 100k might look really small, but in this kind of situation of 2 really good teams, it's actually not. It's actually a huge lead.
USA, it's closing in though, and fast. And will that be a turnover? Oh my goodness me, that comeback from out of nowhere. Wow, the accuracy pulling through. Toy with that 7/100 FC. Wow, Idkey getting an FC as well to help him out. And that is going to be 2-0 for the United States.
30,000 points difference. And the last bastion actually pulled through Toy, holding strong. Unfortunately, Fenrir did lose his full combo towards the end. And Mouse Easy, unfortunately, got that misra aim, I believe it was, at the stream. And losing a lot of accuracy. There was a lot of accuracy drop as well. He had a splendid accuracy before that. Kind of trying to compete with Toy, but you know, it just wasn't enough. But you know, once again, another really close map, and it might be too low, which is looking one side, but looking at the point difference, it's really close and might just swing towards Brazil's way anytime soon.
That looked like it was going to be Brazil's surely, but yeah, the accuracy matters. It really does. How quickly that turned around. But there you go. 2-0 for the US. Gonna be Brazil's pick though. Could go for another double time. The other one is actually higher speed and it's still available.
But like Brazil, this is gonna be really questioning their knowledge of what they're good at. And what the United States is good at, because you see something like on United States pick, which they might just want to try their best to win their own picks on, is still having to struggle really hard. I mean, that just shows how much Brazil is capable of meeting the standards of the United States on something like their suggested win.
That's true. The last two picks we've had have been very contrasting. Of course, the first pick was a 250-ish BPM speed pick. The second one was a 160-odd BPM really technical pick, and both times it was so close. It was less than 60k both ways. So they can match US no matter what they throw at them, it looks like.
And
at least so far.
Maybe the US might need to look for some avenue which might be a little bit more one-sided. You know, Hard Rock is untested, hidden might also be interesting. Something along the lines of that, because something like No More Than DT seems to be really well in both these teams' favor, and it's just about down to the wire about which player is gonna make the mistake. And in that case, we have 8 potential candidates for that.
What are you thinking Brazil's gonna do? Like, what do you think they're gonna use to counter this?
They might go for the safe DT pick, but then again, the No More matches might have given them enough of a confidence boost to try some more interesting things along the lines of Nomad. And it is going to be a restaurant, Chinese restaurant, a really tricky map. Would you like to introduce us to this map, you say?
Sure. Chinese restaurant. It is a very technical map. Lots of really short slider streams. Lots of short sliders interspersed with note streams, lots of weird rhythms here and there. And on qua-4, of course, that is doubly difficult because, of course, you have to hit each of those accurately. A very tricky test of finger control, this one.
Indeed, so it is similar to the last map where it's rather technical and tricky. So Brazil is going to look for a same kind of issue map. Hopefully they are going to feel a lot more prepared on this one than the last one. To kind of at least give them the edge of the 3,000 point advantage of the United States. I mean, it is really close, and Brazil hopefully is going to try their best here.
Pretty tragic on Brazil's end if they end up, well, if the US run away with this, considering the last two maps could have gone either way.
I mean, I'd be disappointed if it were a 5-0 sweep by US just winning by 30,000 points every single match. That wouldn't do this match really justice.
It's pretty true. But I mean, this is Brazil's picks. They must be confident on this one. But I feel like US have the players to deal with it, as they do on pretty much anything. But here we go, map 3.
Indeed. I believe it is rather short, only 2 minutes. So we'll definitely see the conclusion of this map pretty soon. And this is really important for Brazil, because if they lose this one, they're at the mercy of the United States and might even lose some confidence, which might be increasing their 30,000 point lead.
This break does go to Brazil though. Zeka having an early miss. Looks like Ritze had a very early break as well, and did key, but it was like literally within the first 10 notes or so.
At least is keeping a superb accuracy, and so is Toy.
And then Toy breaks, just to say that, but he's still rocking that at really high accuracy. It's still going to make him contribute.
And at the same time, Fenrir lost his 99% accuracy, dropping under 97, but didn't lose his combo on the point.
The really tricky slider streams don't come in until the second half, so we're approaching the toughest part now. We'll see if Brazil have the metal to get through it.
Yeah, this is gonna be the test for them. They have the lead, but are they gonna throw it away again, or are they gonna keep it for a change? This is gonna be a test. A really important one at that. The US have the momentum, but Brazil is gonna want to take it away from them.
Here we go. Fabricio breaks there. Mouse Easy and Fenrir holding on strong. Zeka holding strong after the early break. But it's looking like it's going to be neck and neck right now. Oh no, there goes Brazil. 2 breaks. Mouse Easy and Fenrir both break. No one on the US side breaks, and they are going to be running away with this point.
Yeah, I believe it was maybe too much of a risky pick, and the US won the lottery in this case.
Yeah, this one worked out really well for them. Look at those combos. Ritze and Idke getting very early breaks, but FC everything else to make it a moot point. But what a strong performance from the US on that one. All S's, just that one slider break from Toy with Ritze and Idke getting very early breaks. But it really didn't matter at the end of the day.
But Mouse Easy rocking with a brilliant accuracy, I've got to admit. Unfortunately, it was an NFC, and it backfired a little bit to pick. And now they're 3-0 down, and who knows? You know, sometimes when you're up against this wall which says 3-0, and you know you need to win 5 maps, that's pretty tough. But at least they have one option or one opportunity to mess up. At least they've got that going for them. But it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, there's so much momentum going in the US's favor right now. They're going to be feeling comfortable, but safe to say, all these maps so far have been highly competitive, just decided by things at the end. This is a very long map as well. Quite an interesting pick, considering that the US have had that consistency advantage going all the way through, when Brazil have dropped the ball a little bit at the end so far, whilst having strong performances until then. So going for the long map might be quite a big deal, really, on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. But the important part about this one is that there's no lottery to win. It is all about just keeping your combo as consistent as possible, because this map isn't gonna throw you any curveballs. It's just gonna meet you head on, straight head on, and that's gonna be the important part here. But is Brazil that comfortable on Hidden? Is gonna be the question. But I at least like the idea of the United States going for the mod picks rather than like something like Nomad, because they see that Nomad is really close. So they might try something as in Hidden and Taro and test the waters there to see if they can get a way larger point lead. Because you still are 3-0 up and you can afford to test around. There we go, the really long song name map, which I'm definitely not going to try to pronounce. I don't know if you really want to, Doomsday.
Well, I think on this map, I just think it could go either way, because the map is fairly standard, even though it is hidden. A lot of the Nomad players can deal with, ever since the new change for hidden, where the sliders fade out, this kind of thing has been fairly comfortable even for Nomad players. So I feel like Brazil are still going to be decent on this. Definitely have a chance.
Indeed, you definitely have a point there that the slowly fading out slider is actually going to help out Nomad players, because it makes stacks a lot easier. You see the nodes at the end of sliders, which were previously a tough problem to solve, and you definitely needed to practice all the hidden picks. But nowadays, it's hitting a little closer to home with the Nomad. By having the fading on sliders.
Well, first break coming out of Mouse Easy on those squares. The advantage going to the US entering the first chorus. And also Fabricio Orbi in that chorus, in a fairly neutral part of the map. All 4 people on the US side holding strong. There goes Toy though, but 3 FCs to 2, going to be looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, but we do have the backbone of Ritze and Fire Rage currently. And you know, Happy actually coming up also with a really great accuracy and combo, but so then Ritze is missing, which is unfortunate. But it is gonna tie things up.
And the combo advantage is on Brazil's side. They'll slowly claw it back, assuming no other chokes, but they do have that advantage right now.
Yeah, but I still do believe this is gonna be US's win.
Oh, there goes more breaks. Zeka is gone. But the combo is still in Brazil's advantage. This map is fairly consistent in terms of difficulty. It's just about holding consistent. No massive difficulty spikes to deal with. apart from a couple of squares near
And
the
it
end. But
seems like both teams are actually struggling with the consistency of it all.
yeah, that's true, actually. Only Fenrir left. Pushing for a point here. They're not going down. They're still going right now. They're pushing on with a score advantage. It's closing in on 100k and rising right now through this slower section.
And he actually is holding a brilliant accuracy. I mean, just look at it. 99.91%. That's 1/100, I believe.
Yeah, must be surely. Pretty insane accuracy. But from a hard rock focused player, no surprise.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, this might be the one mistake they're allowed to have, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be the mistake they're going to have, but rather the first map.
Fenrir's FC is gone, but the combos from Fabricio and Mouse Easy should surely have them hold strong to the end. Unless they drop, but if they do drop, they can definitely come back.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful having one carrying player get thrown off the horse, but then you have two other people just trying to back him up, coming from behind after an early miss.
Yeah, they're going to take this. Nice comeback from the Mouse Easy and Fabricio crew. With those combos after early breaks. Didn't let them deter them, though. It's going to be a 3-1. It's going to be 8 point for Brazil. Can they mount a comeback? I really hope they can, because they really pulled themselves together on that one after a shaky start.
But you've got to think about it this way. This was kind of the US trying to test the waters. They might know that they're not the best on hidden, but they've just seen it as a possibility to take. Who knows? Because they are 3-0 up. They are allowed to have some blunders, and it was really close so far. So hidden doesn't seem to be the best option to attack for the United States, and the approach at 8 is still left to be tested. And I think that's gonna be where it comes down to.
Look at those accuracies. Every single player, apart from Fabricio, holding 99. Fabricio held nearly 99. Wow. I know it's overall difficulty 8, which is like standard for extra level difficulties, but still, that is some really high accuracy on the board there.
Indeed, it's one thing to get a good accuracy on a map, but it's another thing to have your entire team perform well on the map with accuracy. And that's just because your accuracy actually kind of ties in with your aim. If your aim is off, if you cannot play the map just by nature, then you're gonna lack accuracy a lot. And we did see some accuracy drops here and there because you have to focus more on your aim and then have to sacrifice accuracy. But you know, when you can't really aim properly and you're not crafted on the map, then you still lose accuracy. And all the players in this case holding the accuracy just shows how well they perform on it. Unfortunately, the few slider bases is coming in, but nonetheless, great performance.
For what it's worth, that map has the highest average accuracy.
That's going to buff it, I think.
What do you think it currently is at the moment?
About 98.5-ish. My wild guess.
Not a bad guess. You want to try to take a stab at it for us?
Stack it up. Excuse me, I just didn't pay attention because I was listening to the amazing music in the background.
What do you think the accuracy for that map is?
Just the average for the entire tournament. I can imagine something like 98.
98.93.
Ooh, that's
wow.
Actually close to 99, and they definitely have increased the average currently.
Like there was only one score in that last map that was below average.
Indeed, and if anything is above average, it's gonna keep up and drag the average up. But then again, we do see these two teams which haven't played yet, so definitely they're gonna pull the average up for most of these maps. And as we get into the next double time picked by Brazil.
Yep.
First one was splendidly close, but this one, maybe they found their lost confidence.
We're going to abuse one of their strengths to be good, getting quickly into this. This is faster than the other DT picks. Some really nasty jump sections that come out of nowhere in this map. We'll see how both teams deal with it.
Yeah, but it kind of intertwines two different aspects, speed and old maps, and both these teams have showed really good prowess on old maps. But then again, this is speed, so this might be Brazil's territory, combined with old maps.
Working so far. 2 breaks on the US side. Fiery Rage and Happy Stick dropping combo.
And Zeka with the double S still holding. That just shows how comfortable he's on it. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it, though.
Would you really do it to them now?
No, I mean, look, I have so much trust in Brazil that I feel even with my even my bantering and just cursing, I still believe they've got this. That's how much trust I put in the Brazil currently.
To be fair, I wouldn't blame you right now. It's 4 FCs to 1. This pick looking super strong for Brazil. No one dropping. That SS still there. Fabricio with a 99 and 98s for the other two. Really strong performance so far.
Yeah, absolutely dominating performance currently this time around.
Fenrir drops though, bringing down that FC count. Xavier's still holding strong, and other players are bringing it back, but at the moment, Brazil looking super strong on their specialty.
Yeah, I feel like US is gonna try to pull out the approach at 8 after this one, because fast maps are not gonna be in their favor currently against the powerhouses of Brazil.
The last FC for the USA has fallen, and that must be the chances on this map entering the final chorus. I think it's going to be Academic. Look at that score difference against the USA. We don't see score differences that large.
Oh, we do see some more misses coming in on the Brazil side towards the end, but that was beautifully played by Brazil.
Yeah, it really was. Only 1 FC ended by the end, though. That was Mouse Easy with his 12 100s full combo. Fabricio and Zeka dropping near the end, but nevertheless getting over 1 million points in a very strong performance.
But it's not just the combos. Just look at the accuracy. Zeka and Fabricio, it's just absolutely insane comparing that to the United States currently. I don't think they were really ready for this, or I believe they might have just accepted this to be a loss for them. But now they're going for the Approach Rate 8 free mod, which is a easy way to start off the Approach at 8 war currently, because we do have a bunch of Approach at 8 in the pool. And free mod is the easiest way to ease in with the hardware, perhaps a few people, and some people going for the no mods.
Yeah, definitely expect quite a few mods on this. I think we'll see more than 2 mods. Well, I guess we'll see. But the first of the Approach Rate 8 of this map making an appearance.
I'm actually gonna expect perhaps a hidden coming out from Toy and the harbored by Happy Stick. And on the Brazil side, I am absolutely not sure. Perhaps a hidden by Fenrir, but I wouldn't blame them if they were going for hard rock. But it is CS 6.5, so they might. It's a coin toss for Brazil in my opinion. Well, what do you think, Doomsday?
Yeah, the mod choice for Brazil, it could be many things. I can't really pin down what it could be. We'll see, of course, when the map starts. But yeah, I'm expecting mods from Toy. I'm expecting perhaps a mod from either Happy Stick or Idkey. Maybe either Hard Rock, Hard Rock considering.
Idkey on Hard Rock, you believe? I didn't think.
Maybe. I mean, I think actually now I think about it, yes, Happy Stick would be more likely because of his low circle size ability, because he's extremely good at small circle size Hard Rock. So that wouldn't surprise me. I think he'd rather do that than Approach Rate 8.
I mean, Happy Stick is decent on the Approach Rate, but I wouldn't blame him if he were to go for the Hard Rock. I mean, they do need 2 mods, and that is the rule of the free mod, which means 2 players of each team need to pick a mod. It doesn't matter if it's Hard Rock, Hidden, or the combination of both. At least 2 people need a mod. And it seems like for Brazil, idealism is going to come in. An unknown factor for Brazil. And he's going to be the unknown factor for the mod, the Hard Rock.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Happy Stick on that Hard Rock. as we talked about, toy with the hidden. But we are
Alright.
seeing 2 for 2, actually. I thought there might be more, but nope, they are playing it safe.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the performances of the previous teams, we don't really see 4 AFCs on this map, let's put it bluntly. So you might want to take it a little bit safer and go for the just 2 mods, the mandatory requirement. Because you don't really want to overmod in this one, because you have these tricky patterns on it, really old map, DJ pop, linear style, you have some even streams going into uneven streams, and in reverse it's just a mess to accuracy properly on harder games. You definitely see the accuracy dropping there.
Seeing a break each for both teams. The Hard Rock players have broken Idealism and Happy Stick, but everyone else going strong so far.
Yeah, in this map I definitely say Hidden is the safer choice, but also requires a specific skill set, while Hard Rock is pretty risky, as CS6.5 is not something you really want to play on a long map, which has like a 1400 combo.
Accuracy is on the US side, popping off right now. 299% on the no mods. Obviously, Toy hitting 99 as well. The FC's on the Brazilian side, doing pretty good, but they're behind on accuracy by some margin right now.
Yeah, and even if Idealism, for example, is the only one having the lowest score in Brazil, he just came in from, I don't know what situation. He might just come in from a bad war. It might be a little bit more nervous and stuff like that, but it seems like he's trying to prove himself with his newfound combo.
Oh, just as you say that, he breaks. That's unfortunate.
Well, it's alright, because IDK did a miss. But I still forget his pronunciation. That's correct.
It's Idkey, mate.
It's key, alright. I definitely need like a cheat sheet somewhere.
Oh yeah, behind you, wouldn't it? Yeah. Happy Stick bringing it back though after the early break.
Yeah,
Holding strong right now.
That is impressive. But it doesn't look like that's gonna be enough from Happy Stick, because his teammates keep missing. IDK and Fire Rage currently missed.
3 FCs on the Brazilian side. They just about take the lead right now. Accuracy is now tilt in the favour of Brazil by a tiny bit, and with that combo, they're going to slowly run away, but we're hitting the end. Just a little bit more, and they'll tie up the series after being 3-0 down. Can you believe that? Do you think that's going to happen? I didn't.
Yeah, that's really it's really interesting. I mean, it was really close, but at least we see a 5-3 either way, so I'm not disappointed, right?
Oh yeah, at least, you know, it's hit your threshold. Mighty close match. It looked like it might have ran away from Brazil, but no such thing. And look at this, we might see a 3-way FC on this. Very uncommon. Have we had that happen so far? I don't think so.
Well, absolutely amazing performance all around.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those FCs. 98.5 and above for the 3 FCs. Fabricio, Zekiro, Mouse Easy. Mighty fine performance from them. Toy with his 99.5 FC. Really impressive, but the team performance from Brazil just too strong on this one. And it is 3-3.
Yeah, and just to highlight, Idealism might have not had the best performance, but he was in this case what we call the sacrificial lamb, which means that on a free mod pick, when you don't really have a player which can play the map properly, you pretty much just get someone in and just have him pick them out. So the better players might be more safe on the no mod choices, which in this case completely paid off. So I'd say good idea by Brazil getting Idealism.
Brazil have next pick as well. And depending on what they go with now, it could be massive. All the DT is gone. They can't abuse that unless they want to abuse boots, which I feel like wouldn't necessarily be akin to their strengths, but they have to rely on other elements now. Try and pull through. Now they have bought it back from the brink. But I do have to wonder what they'll go for, because at this point I feel like they're going to be clutching at what they're decent on, because as I was saying, their strengths now being used up.
I can see some more approach data coming in. The hidden approach data is open. And wait a second, which maps got banned again? I believe it was the 220 BPM free mode map, which was Rock on Limitation. And,
yeah.
Scarlet Rose.
Scarlet Rose, alright. Yeah, I forgot that map was in the map pool. Oh, that's
oh yeah. That was
yeah,
a thing. But yeah, of course. I mean, I can't see them going for Raijin. I don't know. I don't think they will. The choice is locked in now. I believe it's a free mod.
no Saikira, which is a Skyster difficulty. So this one is actually the reverse of the last map, I'd say, which might prefer hard rock over hidden. Because it does have some really nasty overlaps and just patterns all around, which can be difficult on hidden. Also, somewhat difficult to follow on hardware, but at least easy to read on hardware because you don't obviously have the effect of hidden.
For the normal players, this one is fairly standard. I feel like the no-mod players will be just there to, be a safe FC, but the mod players are going to be the ones that split this, because this is quite tricky on hidden. Lots of overlapping sections in this, so it depends to see who they want to take that responsibility.
As a fun fact, this map does, if you get just a normal FC, you can actually get in the top 50 during SS. And the top 50 is pretty much dominated by hard rock onlys, and then afterwards hidden hard rocks, and then the hiddens. So this just looking at the top 50 of the map pretty much showcases what players are most comfortable on with this game. And we do have some outliers like Doomsday, for example, who actually has a top 50 hidden on it. But I can imagine some outliers like the US who are toy for the hidden. No, that's always a possibility because he pretty much breeds things.
Yeah, having Toy on hidden is pretty safe because that kind of thing is what he does in solo, so Toy hidden is pretty much guaranteed. If he plays no mod, I'd be mighty surprised.
Oh. And it's gonna be hidden for Mouse easy. Well, after his last performance, that was pretty decent. I definitely like his hidden choice. Plus the hidden hard rock from Fenrir. Fenrir, a really good hidden hard rock player, and Happy Stick with the hard rock, not a surprise there. And the rest going for the safe route of normal, as you mentioned. Normal is gonna be where the points lie, hopefully, as long as they keep their stuff going. The mod pool is gonna be interesting to watch. Some other fun facts of this map, it is 210 BPM and a Skyster map. So Skyster should definitely tell you a lot about it, but this is one of his older maps rather than his new ones, and he changed his style quite a lot, so it might not be something you would really be used to see, to what you used to see nowadays. So it seems like Sekir also hasn't gotten the memo of the old Skyster maps and has missed. Something to also note is that it is a longer map, so the yellow miss by Sek isn't gonna be too much of a difference, but the normal guy missing is really important.
The no mod's breaking on this is massive because it is one of the more safer ones in the free mod pool to no mod.
Indeed, but then we see IDP also missing. He's still sporting a 99% accuracy, but Sekir missed a little bit more frequently than IDP did. But he has the common advantage, so I don't. Fenrir with the hidden hard rock still holding a 99% accuracy might make the difference here. But we're only halfway through the map, and any miss right in the middle of it can definitely hurt you the most. Because missing in the middle is going to give you the two lowest amount of combos, and the more combo you have, the more worth your combos. Also, that's also a thing in Scotty 2 as a thing. because, you know, obviously holding a 1200 combo with one miss at the end is going to be better than holding 2600s. Oh, and the curse is shaking from Fenrir is coming in, but he's holding strong.
What a play!
What a play indeed, and they are in the lead by 30,000 points. Sekir still holding strong after the early misses, so is IDG. But Sekir has the combo advantage and Fenrir has the mod advantage. Plus the accuracy advantage over Happystick by 1%.
Oh, Fenrir! Fenrir breaks! Oh dear, that's going to be United States advantage to take this point.
But it's not over yet, who knows?
Oh, Happystick breaks. Yeah, you're right, it's not over yet, not at all.
Just one more break by United States might give them the edge. But then again, Brazil might just get the edge because of the combo advantage from Fenrir and the accuracy advantage. Happystick missing again, the points are getting closer, 50,000 points.
It's mighty close. Oh, okay, there we go. We've got to consult the MP. The ending was back and forth. USA take that win by 39k. Oh, that was really close. Again, that is a point for the US. They break the momentum of the Brazilians, and it is match point for them.
Brazil unfortunately lost their pick, and now they're at United States mercy. And I don't know. This last pick is gonna be really important. Obviously, because you wanna avoid the tiebreaker, but then again, you don't have much left. That's the thing here.
Yeah, it's just you're clutching at straws at this point, just going with what you hope you'll be decent at, really. But the USA, this is where they can pray because they have players for everything, and they're going for Yugura Hard Rock. That is. This is a hard rock pick that's less about pure mechanical jumps. It's more about dealing with lots of spacing changes, lots of space triples that constantly change spacing. All sorts of strange elements like that to deal with on this with the usual hard rock circle size 5.2, overall difficulty 10 style.
Indeed, it's a rather old map, so you at least can feel that when playing it, but it has aged well, I believe, at least. It might not be that much of a explosive end as, for example, the approach 8 die at the end by missing 2 times map is. But it's still decent. As long as United States think they got the advantage, it's all the power to them.
This one hasn't been seen a lot. Not commonly picked, but we are seeing it here.
Also, I believe that is gonna bring the pick rate of the Lumi State to 0%. And that was the last choice of it getting picked. So no lottery wins or no lottery tries at all.
I'm sad.
Yeah, this is the map that gets no love. Illuminascape. It tried.
Help brother out. Make them pick it.
I think they're set in stone for that one. I mean, we didn't see Harvard yet, so and if the USA is definitely advantageous on that, I can see them trying.
One thing this does mean is that we're not going to see Raijin in this one, so no one's going to fail this time.
No explosive ends, potentially. I can imagine, though, the first time Brazil played the lottery was with the Chinese restaurant map, where you had pretty much the repeat sliders, which were the one part you really don't want to miss, but it's really hard not to not miss, right? So that didn't pan out for them, so Brazil didn't try to go for any lottery wins, and United States definitely do not want to risk just lottery wins. They want to see and test the waters and see what they're better at. They want to get surefire wins.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to be seeing Murtrax in for Fabricio on Brazil's side. Toy swapped out for Ritzer. Interesting choices there.
Yeah, Ritz is actually pretty good on hitting hammer as far as I've seen, but I don't really know too much about his hard-on performance. But you know, it might just be that Ritz was like, yeah, dude, coach, put me in. I definitely can play this. I wanna avoid getting to the tiebreaker.
I got this. Put me in, coach. Oh, it's true. That's how it goes. Or a match where when the map comes up, you're like, I can play this, and that's pretty much how you get into a match in World Cup. That's how you do it. You got to pester your captain. No early breaks on this. Everyone holding strong. Oh, there goes Ritzer. Oh, he's not happy about that. The slider break. That's going to give Brazil the early lead.
Then again, he wanted to see his own coach play the tiebreaker, approach at 8 and just see him FC and stomp Brazil on that one. The back thoughts coming in there for Ritzer, but no, I can imagine him not being too happy with this.
Yeah. It's just giving Toy time to prepare, that's all. It's pretty huge for Brazil, though. To take US to tiebreaker is a massive deal. And at the moment, they are in the driving seat to do so, but there isn't that much in it because the accuracy is... No, actually, accuracy is still in their advantage, so they're going to be growing this lead out, especially with Fiery Rage breaking.
Yeah, well, if that is definitely going to be a tiebreaker because they are looking really strong on this one, and Toy is gonna have to warm up right now for the tiebreaker, but I don't think he needs to. He's ready for this, and the United States wants to see a Toy FCing the tiebreaker. Well, I mean, first they definitely want to see themselves winning, but second they might want to see some really good performance in the tiebreaker.
But there goes everyone, apart from Zeka, on Brazil's end. Oh dear, that might actually be a comeback.
Yeah,
Still
2
plenty enough to
FCs
go.
against 1. That's. I think the US got this unless they keep missing this or keep on missing. Hopefully, I mean not hopefully. I mean I definitely do not want to see a tiebreaker. Not at all.
Of course not. Who wants to see a tiebreaker? At the moment, yes, US are on course to take this point, but will they?
I hope Happy Stick's curse is on course to miss, and it is, but IDK, I'm sure he definitely is gonna miss him anytime soon because his curse is about to slip. His pen is about to slip off his hand, and we don't see it yet, but I don't think it's gonna be enough from the United States side.
No, Happy Stick's break is sealed it for Brazil. Brazil taking this a tiebreaker, surely. Oh, but it breaks at the end, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be 4-4, tiebreaker time. Brazil brought it back.
And there we go. The United States is going to be the controversy here. It's going to try to prevent Lockter from going to bed and sleep after his long, hard day of work. Doesn't seem like they really like Lockter here. I mean, they don't want to have him get some sleep.
I can relate to them wanting to sleep. I've been here just as long.
A lot of people are already almost dead, but the United States and Brazil are just roaring with fire and currently completely alive, hopefully for the tiebreaker, because this is gonna be the most intense part of the entire match. So, Doomsday, what can you tell us about this map?
This one, well, we've seen this a couple of times. I had to play it earlier. That was an intense experience. Yeah, this is an approach rate 8 streamy map, about 177 BPM, I believe. Quite a long one, over 2k combo. It's Dragon Force style, not too many jumps, but lots and lots of intense streams, some tricky spacing within those streams, some tricky 1/3 sliders as well. With Score V2, it's going to make it much more tricky, but small circle size, also going to be flipping up those who are not quite comfortable, because of course at this point it's an incredibly tense situation, and that is a big factor.
Indeed. One thing, even though the main focus for most people is that it's approach at 8, that's definitely one factor which is going to influence you and your performance a lot on. But the changing screen spacing is also something to look out for, really, because that's the accuracy killer in this one, by the way. And both of these teams hopefully have practiced the tiebreaker enough times to get the maximum performance out of themselves.
Yeah, they'll surely know this one well. They wouldn't have gone without knowing this one top to bottom, but it's how they deal with it right now. That's the killer.
Indeed. Players to look out for are Toy and Mouse Easy.
Looks like the teams for this tiebreaker are in Fabricio, Zeka, Fenrir and Mouse Easy for Brazil. And on the US side, it's going to be Ritzer, Fiery Rage, Idki, and Toy.
I'm gonna predict a Toy FC, a mouse easy 99.8% accuracy, one miss in the middle. And Fabrizio Orbi is going to hopefully FC for 98% accuracy. And it's gonna and the rest is gonna be somewhere between hopefully an FC for Brazil or United States. I mean, it would be interesting to see an upset by Brazil. They definitely deserve it though, I have to admit. Their performance was wonderfully up until this point.
Yeah, they've played so well to get to this point, and this kind of map could go either way. It's so even in terms of its layout and how these teams are doing it, you'd think. So here we go. The tiebreaker. Will we see the champions drop down to losers bracket? That'd be a surprise. As good as Brazil are, you got to admit, many people didn't think that it was going to reach this point, but it has. I feel like Fabricio would do really well on this. He's a very old player. He's been around since the very first World Cup. This sort of thing, similar to the old school Leisure maps, seemed like something he'd know pretty well.
Thankfully, the map is starting off a little bit calm, but there we go. We do still see Zekia losing it a little bit, getting 2 misses in.
Plenty to go, though. This early break may not mean too much, because we're guaranteed to see probably not many FCs on this.
Yeah, but the untested Nomad approach rate 8 is gonna come into this. No one really tried the approach rate 8, that's too much, except for the free mod, so this is untested or uncharted territory.
Oh, those 50s from Fenrir, knocking his FC to an A full combo, but he's still full comboing. The accuracies on US side heavily in favour of them. Still only Zeko with the miss though.
Oh, and that's a reverse, that's a reply to Brazil's miss by Fiery Rage.
One of the higher accuracy full combos too. Zeka breaks again, but his teammates are holding strong right now, keeping them in the game, but that 150k advantage. A nice buffer so far for the US, but plenty of the map to go. That could definitely get destroyed once you hit the solo.
Yeah, it's about the other 3-man FCs of both teams to keep it up. That's gonna be where the difference is gonna be made.
Through the first section of the map, hitting a slow section now. This bit's by no means the easy bit though. Very low BPM, can be easy to overstream if you're not controlled. And there's some pretty tricky sliders here that are easily breakable if you're not quite on point. So we'll see if anyone chokes.
And we actually do see a huge accuracy advantage from the United States side. So Brazil is going to have to keep their combos and the United States is going to have to lose them for this to work out for Brazil.
Gotta point out Toy's accuracy on point, 99.7 so far. Incredibly impressive, much higher than everyone else, keeping his team firmly in that accuracy lead.
Indeed, Fire Rage is right behind, but then he did lose his combo, so he doesn't really give his team the maximum amount of points of the combo plus accuracy advantage. While Mouse Easy is the other one behind them. And so is IDQ.
To be fair, because of Fiery Rage's accuracy, he's actually doing really well. At the moment, he's almost matching Fabricio, even though he's FCing because of the accuracy deficit.
Yeah, but a really good score by Toy. What a shame if something were to happen to it though.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty tragic if Toy was to break here. Let's be honest, right?
Indeed.
Just be the worst.
Just looking at the possibility of it happening, that's just absolutely absurd, right? But we do have to speed up, and hefty players got it in themselves to keep up the speed up and not miss.
Here we go, Dragon Force solo time. 3FC to 3FCs. It's mighty close. And there goes Idkey, the break on the US side. The first one out of those 6 to break.
As long as Fenrir or all the other players of Brazil are gonna keep the combo, it might be enough.
Zeka broke again, but yeah, those 3FCs, the 3 Musketeers of Brazil holding strong. But is it enough? I don't know.
Yeah,
the accuracy
final
advantage is
range.
so massive.
That 1k combo is really helping them out. If it weren't for the 1k combo, that would be an advantage for Brazil.
It's that accuracy. The accuracy is making Brazil suffer. I don't think they have enough, you know. Nothing hard coming up now. The hard sections are over.
And
It looks like
Fenrir.
the US will be winning. Yeah, Fenrir breaking his FC at the end. That's such a shame.
Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin.
That is it. Good game. Well played. The USA take the win 5-4 with an incredible toy FC with 99.45 on the tiebreaker. Ritze also getting a solid 97% FC. Really carrying the team to victory. Fire Rage's accuracy as well, bringing it back despite the almost the FCs from Brazil. But that is it. What a game.
Yeah, Fabrizio Orbi did try his best with his 90% accuracy FC. Well, he did FC, but he was 8% off of my prediction. No, but rather I was off with my prediction, let's put it that way. But yeah, great performance all around the United States. The uncharted territory of Approach 8 has been taken advantage of. I mean, US might have picked a bit more Approach 8 to maybe get a 5-3 when instead of a 5-4, but no, the things though it's kind of ended up being is just the way it is. So we've got to accept it, and the US is gonna get into the next stage of the winners bracket, and Brazil is gonna drop down to the losers bracket.
Now the UK have to play Brazil next week. Oh boy.
I don't think you really want to play them against after seeing that, right?
Yeah, they were mighty scary. We're gonna have to set up. I think we'll have a good shot, but wow, Brazil played so well then. But yeah, United States. I mean, they do say, or there's a saying in sport that if you can win whilst not necessarily playing at your best, that's a good sign of a champion. And the United States showing that status right now with the win there.
Alright, and that concludes the entire matches for today. But we still have a lot more in store for you guys. For example, we're gonna have some recaps coming in, and after that the map pool showcase.
But yeah, we're going to have a quick rundown of today's events in just a moment. Some really, really good matches today. We've seen, I think that's 3 tiebreakers today out of 8 matches. Like almost half the matches went to the wire.
Indeed, they're really interesting matches today, but I'm definitely gonna try to look out for the just looking at the VODs for some of the matches I missed, because we really got some cool matches today. A lot of tiebreakers. I think that was the 3rd tiebreaker of the day, or the 4th one.
Are you sure, you know?
Oh, it was the 3rd one. We just got the information in.
Ah.
Alright, so for the first slide, or is that gonna come in for the statistician side?
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Still working on other stuff.
Oh, fair.
just waiting for the last one to come through now, but it looks like the first one is...
Yep. I can have a quick word about this one, because this is my team, but yeah. I mean, the match versus Norway, it was mighty close. It's such a back and forth one. UK had a really strong lead going into it, taking it 4-2, but then Norway doing the thing, bringing it back. It ended up needing a tiebreaker then to split us up. Such a back and forth game. Honestly, from my end, winning that was, I think I can safely say that's the best match I've ever played in. I don't think I've ever been so relieved after a tiebreaker in my life. Massive props to Norway. I mean, Norway have so many good players, and they really showed it. We had to pull everything out to take that win. I'm so proud of the UK players, man. The UK peeps making that happen.
Yeah, I definitely see the team effort coming in for the tiebreaker there for your team, giving you the win in the end. But you know, now you've got to face the next powerhouse, which is gonna be Brazil, which we've just seen. So I'm gonna wish you good luck on that one.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, I'll try. Just insane. But yeah, the next one we could talk about was Finland's performance in their match.
That was a pretty good match to watch. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I mean, Finland popping off. I mean, Hippiri. Wow, like, I think he's probably the performer of the entire weekend.
Like, he got top score in 5 of the 7 maps, sorry.
Just the MVP. I mean, he did so well in the groups, and I wasn't sure if he'd be able to keep that up as the tournament went on, with Finland entering uncharted territory, but stepping up to the plate, pretty incredible to be honest.
I think the other thing was what was it? Oh yes, the wipe on the hidden. That was a big shock, along with the really close score and connect. Like, those 3 things are just unbelievable.
I mean, Roygen, yeah, that one has just... It's either gone brilliant for a team, or it's just been an absolute car crash because of that drain. But yeah.
Well, a really good performance by him. We're gonna definitely look forward to seeing some more next week. But they definitely are gonna have to try even harder against against even better teams.
Okay, so yeah, after that we had the Canada versus Italy match, I believe it was.
Canada. Wow, like Canada really stepped up. Like, they're the only 5-0 sweep of the entire tournament. Well, this round rather. Just Canada really stepped up this time after dropping out against Germany last week. Really bringing it back. I'm really interested to see how they do against Poland, because I think that one could be an upset threat, I think, if they play like that.
Yeah, it was definitely a really it was a pretty good match to watch. First sweep since we left the group stage, actually, because there wasn't last weekend either.
Yeah, it's like even some of the last one we had, like, what is it? I think Korea played Italy, and not even Korea could sweep Italy. So that just shows how good Canada played today.
Indeed, leaving no room for any weaknesses.
The way Aza played in some of those hiddens as well. His accuracy was on point the entire time. I know that's not really a surprise because he's more focused on playing hard rock and dealing with higher overall difficulty, but it's so impressive to see that consistently on multiple maps. He just seemed so comfortable when he was playing in that match.
Indeed, comfortable and prepared. Those are 2 really important factors in tournaments.
Next one we're going to be looking at is the one of the match we just watched, and wow, what a match that was. I knew it was going to be close. but that was incredibly close.
Yeah, I mean, just the way it started with just having like a 30,000 points difference, and then the next map also being around 50,000 points. It was just insanely close from the beginning to the end. Just the only reason why one team won over the other was because one player made a mistake, and that was pretty much it. It was a pretty cool match to look at, definitely.
Going from 3-0 down and Brazil just bringing it back to 3-3, seeing a comeback like that's always it's brilliant because, you know, me and you know this for a while because me and you have played in a bunch of tournaments. When you're down that far, it can be hard to sort of believe you can bring it back. So it's just props to Brazil for not just caving in and saying, oh, we did well, that's it, we're done. They pushed it all the way to tiebreaker, and they could have easily taken that tiebreaker. It was pretty incredible stuff.
Indeed. Well, that performance by Toy pretty much destroyed the dreams right here and there. But who knows? They might even come back for the finals, or might meet once again in the losers finals if the USA is gonna lose next time around. No, anything can really happen, and I definitely would look forward to something like those two teams meeting again in a later stage of the tournament.
So the last one we've got is just a nice quick overview of the weekend maps and their picks and bans. So sadly, yet again, we had one map that was just not picked at all.
Spare a thought for Illumiscape. No love. Just got one ban. It only got 8. Like that Supercell map in the last round. That was the group stage, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was actually last time around, last map pool around, round of 16.
Oh, good. Okay.
So one.
Yeah, so Hoshi got no pick from ban, but yeah. This time instead of Hard Rock, it was no mod.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, actually. Again, a no mod map, or at least, you know, people favouring mods over the no mods, and seeing a no mod map not picked at all. I mean, Scarlet Rose, that map is not a safe pick. We saw that 3 times, and we didn't see Illumiscape once. Now, to say Illumiscape, I mean, apart from they start having some nasty square patterns, apart from that, it's pretty safe, but no one picked it.
Yeah, well, it's mostly because it's a map you retry because you mess up the beginning and can retry really quickly. And that's why you see a bunch of scores on it, actually. If those squares were at the end, you maybe might see a lot less scores on it.
I was actually surprised the amount of picks Mine's got.
Yeah, the most picked free mod map there. I thought that was going to get just perma-banned. I didn't think it'd get that many picks.
I think it'd get perma-banned, but I didn't expect it to be popular. It's very the opposite of what maps are today, and I don't think many people would be so eager to play it. I think DJ Pop used to map in like grid size 0.
Something like
I
that.
think it was like grid size 1 back then, because it wasn't a 0.
It's just so, like I say, just so unlike maps today. I just didn't think it'd get that much play, but hey, people going for it anyway, so props to them. I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, gotta love the appreciation for the old stuff. Get those classics in there.
It was pretty much the grave visited from I don't know 2008 or something along the lines of that. Well, it might not be that old, but still, it's pretty nice to see all these old style maps.
Alright, yeah. Well, I think we are actually ready for the semi-finals map pool.
You are.
Are you boys ready for this? There's some good stuff in here.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Excellent. Well, I will give you to that.